welcome to MBTV. I'm your host Deepshikha Yadav, and today I will be in discussion with Mr. Lalitesh Mandrekar, General Manager Design at Godrej Interio. And we will be discussing about a very interesting topic, minimalist home decor. Mr. Lalitesh, a very warm welcome to our channel.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.
So let me start with talking about incorporating minimalism in Indian homes, because we Indians have this tendency of hoarding things, and I think minimalism is basically on the philosophy of letting go, and there's no scope of hoarding. So how difficult do you think it is incorporating minimalism in Indian homes?
If a person decides to go for a minimalist home decor, that person must have already gone through a kind of a thought process that I'm already hoarding so many things and I'm uncomfortable with this clutter around me and I need to declutter my life. And then slowly that person would think of going for a minimalism kind of a minimalistic house home decor. The other influence that we are seeing today is the Western or foreign influence or Japanese influence of decors. That is something you have to be careful of. That if you're looking at, you open a magazine and you see a pristine, clean lines of decors in a house, home or interiors, or it could be a building also, or it could be a piece of furniture. If you get influenced by that and think that because this is like talked about in a design magazine now, I should have it. There will be a difficult situation that will happen because you want more and you are getting less. Then there will be that discomfort that you will start feeling. So you have to understand that first before taking this step of minimalism. The first thing about a minimal decor will be questioning every element that you are putting in, every object you are putting in, how much required that product is, that object is in your life. If it's a really important object, that function, it is carrying out a function, and it can be a function, it can be a functional need, it can be an emotional need, that I need something there, it can be a cultural need. So you have different types of needs and you understand that this particular object is required in my house, then keep it. Don't throw that away because it's your comfort finally. So you need to keep that. But then when you look from that angle, you will realize that so many things are not required and you can do away with a lot of things that keep certain things which are required. So once you have done that, then very important thing happens is obviously when you have a clean canvas, any brushstroke you put on it will have a very strong impact. So anything you keep in a minimalist style house will have an impact on the overall visual. So you have to be very balanced on it. So typically the backgrounds would be very muted, neutral, whites or grays. Right. You have very soft colors in the background. It could be some shades of color, but pastel, very very light colors, because that gives you a background. Once you do that, anything that you keep in the foreground or midground, like in a decor, then starts becoming important. So you need to place them properly. Then you have to also look at some rule of thirds and things like that, space design. That will become important rather than focusing on object design. Since we are now talking of using less things, your quality of life has to be better. So everything that you keep, you're already done away with a lot of things, but everything that you keep has to be of a very good quality.
Right, yeah, because that comes to my next question, that what do we have to keep in mind while we go for shopping for minimalist home decor?
So minimalist.
One is quality.
Yeah, quality is of the topmost importance, because then you will value that thing, you'll maintain it. Right. And you will be happy using it. You have to be finally comfortable and happy about using whatever you are keeping in the house, and it has to be of the good quality. And then it has to be also looked at how that cushion is blending with the whole decor. Right. So that's how. Then then you can have a theme of minimalism. Also, you can maybe that's what I think. You can decide what level of minimalism you are going to go for. Like, so So you can have very straight lines, which are most of it, and then just some furniture pieces which are because there are a lot less things, lot less surfaces to clean. The maintenance becomes easy. One part.
Oh, but I think the maintenance part in minimalism becomes tougher because all the shades are lighter.
Yeah.
You have to
So
maintain.
this is where you are now talking about the conflicts that an Indian house will have, an Indian user or person who is doing will start having this, because first of all, minimalism comes with a lot of, I mean, the decor style has a lot to do with the environment you live in. If you are like living in Norway or Sweden, where you have most of the time of the year you see snow, you see white across on the landscape and some trees, so you see whites and grays and some color sometimes, then your eyes are tuned to that, mind is tuned to that, and anything you keep in front of it with any color will become strong. Now you look at Indian scenario, we have sunlight, like brightest of sunlight most of the year. So with sunlight, any color is like, at its peak. The chroma is very high. So around surrounding chroma is very high. Now if you keep a gray thing in front of it, like it's going to look dull. So that is where you have to understand this aspect. That's very important.
And lastly, what tip or advice you would like to give our viewers who are interested in minimalist home decor?
First, find out why you want a minimalism. First, ask that question. Why you want to go for minimalist decor? Is it because you're influenced by some external inputs? Like I've seen it somewhere, I've seen it on internet or in a magazine, or somebody told me about it. Or is it like coming from within, that you are already into that thinking mode, you want to go for something decluttering your life? If that is coming internally, it is the best suited style for you. I would say that is the first thing. If you are forcing it because of trying to project an image that I have a house, it can become a little uncomfortable later on, because you are not going to change your decor so often. If it's like maybe 1 year I'll stay in this decor and then change it. If you can afford it, try it. Why not? And then the second tip will be, do a little bit of research, not on just minimal style, but about harmony, how to manage some design rules. There are certain rules that you need to follow about spaces, how to design space, how geometry, how the balance should happen, the positive, negative spaces, a little bit of color theory. Do a little research on this, understand what it is. So the third point would be selection of furniture pieces that you are putting in the house, because now when you have minimalist background, you're not going to put lot of colors and wall hangings and stuff like that on. So you will be very calculated about that. So the furniture piece will start becoming very important. So you select pieces of furniture which are impactful, very nicely designed, of good quality. Materials which are used, you should be very careful. Are they durable, so that you can maintain them well, and don't let go of your comfort.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lalitesh, for joining us on MBTV. Thank you so much.